It is well. It is well. Let the righteous say, it is well. Sincerely, I need you to say it like you mean it, like it is well. Yeah, that's gonna be our mantra for today. But I would like to use this opportunity to let you know that this is a special episode. Why is this a special episode? Because it's our first video podcasting. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to this special edition of Jesus for the Streets. I am Abayomi Daniels from this side of the world. Jesus for the Streets is about positive energy, enlightenment, spirituality, abundance, opulence, prosperity, Christian science, love, and light. And it is with Jesus' joy that I'm happy to be here with you. And I want to congratulate especially those who have been with us from the days of audio podcasting, even right now to video podcasting. So I congratulate you for being part of this show. And I want you to know that you're about to learn something new. Believe me, as long as you have a child of a man like me, you're about to learn something new. And remember, here on Jesus for the Street, we also believe in some spiritual exercises like paying of tithes, paying of offering. We believe you can pay it in 4 ways here on Jesus for the Street. You can do it the normal way you've been paying it in your churches, in your mosque, in your shrine. You can equally bless yourself, bless your soul. You can bless yourself with your tithes, with your substances. And you just make sure you do it in the name of God. E.g., there is a special clothes you've been craving. You can use your tithe to go and buy that clothes and say, God, thank you for giving me the opportunity to buy these clothes. And put it on in the name of God. It's biblical. It's in the Bible, but you will hear those scriptures, in your spiritual gatherings and all. And third, you can also use it to bless your brothers, your friends, people outside you, your communities. You can decide to create a bus stop for people on your street. And lastly, you can share with us, and your life will never remain the same. So usually, as we do on Jesus for the Streets, we go for this breathology, whereby you're going to be breathing in. You hold your breath for about 4 seconds, and you exhale gently for about 4 seconds. And this is going to be your mantra. It is well with my soul. So when you inhale, you say with your mind, it is well. And when you exhale, you say with your mind, with my soul. So just watch me in case you are wondering how do you do it. So you use your mind to say those. If you learn to pray like this, you will see that your prayers will, whatever you pray for, you will get it. Unlike, some places where you go, you get and nothing happens, gymnastics. So when you pray with understanding like that, your prayers get speedy, faster attention or rapid attention. Also, but there is a warning though. You don't want to do this when you are driving. You don't want to do this when your attention is needed immediately, because you get drowsy when you do it too many times. So, but I also want you to do it as many times as possible, as long as you're not driving, as long as your attention is not, needed immediately. Remember, it is well with my soul. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to dive into today's topic. Today's topic being the last prophecy, ladies and gentlemen. The last prophecy. There is a part of this teaching that is going to be capturing the background of this prophecy or prophecies. Or then, these are one of the things we love to do is here on Jesus for the Street is that we rely on the infinite power of the Holy Ghost to give us direction, knowing fully well that we know that direction is forever better than speed. So, and sometimes we look at our surroundings, our society, and we come up with issues, and we love to talk about them. And God has been doing justice. We've been getting so many feedbacks, thanks to all our fans out there. I'm sure you guys, yes, many of you wrote me that you've not been hearing from us for a while. We just come when we have message. We don't want to be those kind of people that will just come for content sakes. No, this is more than content creation. This is actually trying to align people with the real thing. Year of Jesus for the Spirit is about law of attraction. And we also teach other laws, but then all of them work together. So law of attraction, like I just say, law of attraction is actually what helps me to be a better Christian. So I don't consider myself church Christians, like just normal church where I carefully select the kind of people I roll with because of my own spirituality and all that. So all these things are not, I'm sure they are not new to people who have been our fans from the past. Last prophecy, ladies and gentlemen. Last prophecy. The theories of men. Yes, and for those who are seeing me for the first time reading, I love to script my mind, then I just hand it down to you guys. So but now that you're seeing me for the first time, yes, I read what I carefully put down for this topic. So the theories of men are subject to successive changes, and no limits can be set to the variety of textual interpretations and other interpretations. What we are trying to tell you is that men are bound to change all the time. And the same way I quote Bible, somebody quotes Quran, another person quotes Buddhism, another person quotes Great Message. Everybody has different Bible. So it doesn't matter the translation you give it. It doesn't matter the translation you give a prophecy. It is what it is until it is what it is. So what we are trying to say is that whether you like it or not, you as a man, you change. As a man, I change too. There are days I'll say, yes, these are the things, like I do have some discussion with my spouse where I'll be like, this is what I'm going to do. And I always add that caveat, except God comes down and tells me, Abayomi. How many times have I called you? I'll say 3 times, God, okay, we are now going to do it, I will do it. And there are days like that, like, for instance, there are some churches I don't attend. And one day I told her, I said, God told me that I should attend one church nearby. And she was like, but what? I said, I don't know yet, but God said I should go. And because God said I should go, I had to. But of course, that day she laughed at me and she was like, hey, I thought you said you would never go to places like this. So sometimes people change. Some people even change. They don't even know that they are changing. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue. There is no abiding refuge in Scripture. Let me do this. There is no abiding refuge in Scripture. There is no abiding refuge in friendship. There is no even abiding refuge in money. You go have money. I've seen many people who have money, but they are sick. I've been there too. There are days you have money and you will still be unhappy. You have millions in your account and you will still be unhappy. So that's to tell you that there is no abiding refuge in all of these things. Ladies and gentlemen, let's continue. There is no abiding refuge in Scripture, pleasure, solitude, friends, especially for a seeker. If you're a seeker like me, and everybody is expected to be a seeker. If you're a seeker like me, then you will know that all these things are temporary. Pleasure, temporary. Pain, temporary. When I'm going through hard time, that's an opportunity for me to tell my wife that, don't worry, even this too shall pass. Even this too shall pass. And she knows we've had moments of celebrations. So everybody is expected to be a seeker. I don't say, okay, that one is for a seeker. No, it's for everybody. It's for everybody. So let seeker and any other human. Yes, I deliberately added, don't let us not say seekers alone. Everybody is actually expected to be a seeker. Who is a seeker? A seeker is someone who learns all the time, who chooses to learn all the time, and who does not like to repeat past mistakes. Someone who avoids trying to make mistakes, but even past mistakes, you want to avoid them. Let seeker and any other human take refuge in righteousness. Righteousness. What is righteousness? It was not this episode. When I said righteousness, a righteous man is not someone who is without sin. A righteous man is not someone that is without sin. Don't make a mistake. A righteous man is someone who never wants to remain fallen. A righteous man is someone who falls 10 times, but who rises up the 11th time. So when we are saying a righteous man, don't say, because me, I drink, I'm not righteous. Don't deceive yourself. Stop living in denial. This series is going to expose all of that later in future. So let seeker and other human take refuge in righteousness. Be real with yourself. Let him fly to the sanctuary of a purified heart. Let him enter a pathway of a blameless, stainless life and meek, and walk it. I beg your pardon, sorry. Let him enter a pathway of blameless, stainless life, and let him walk it meekly and patiently until it brings him to the eternal temple of truth in his own heart. A place of epiphany that spurs to action. A state where man there says, I believe. You see, when you gravitate towards this consciousness, it will be easier for you to understand my message. But if you are not there yet, I want you to know that the sincere desire to get there from this moment on is enough, is all you need. I am telling you here on Jesus for the Street, as long as you believe, as long as you get yourself to the tone of saying that, I believe me, you are going to make heaven. If you can just believe that the Son of God, Jesus Christ, once you believe in Jesus Christ, you will make heaven. But whether you be a gatekeeper in heaven, whether you be somebody that will be standing, that might be without mansion, that one I do not know. But one thing that I am made to believe is that we all need to get to that consciousness. We all need to get to that level where you are a seeker. And when you are that kind of person, you will understand prophecy when you see them. He who has taken refuge in truth, even in the habitation of a wise understanding and a loving and steadfast heart, is the same, whether in pleasure or pain. Whether that person is in pleasure or pain, they are the same. You cannot tell the difference when I have, when I don't have. Because basic things that I want to do, I will still do. Basic blessings that God will ask for me, God will still give it to me. I have tried over the time to maintain that energy, thereby you don't see. I hate to preach myself, because you know why? One of my slogans, even online on X, is that I'm a nobody. I am a nobody. I always see myself as a nobody, because that is the only way I can keep myself humble. So, and I mean what I say. You cannot tell the difference. There was a day my wife is actually the one behind the camera. So if I'm lying, there was a day she said she doesn't know when I'm broke and when I'm not broke. I laughed that night. She still doesn't understand why that laugh, but maybe in future she will understand. But all I know is that all I have is God. All I have is God. I don't do more than myself. So, ladies and gentlemen, whether I am a righteous man is the same. Whether a righteous man is in luxury, is the same. Whether he's in pain, is the same. Whether he wins, is the same. Whether he fails, is the same. So in success and failure, in pain and pleasure, in wealth and poverty, in election wins and losses. Yes, in election wins. Because this last election, Donald Trump, even I predicted he was going to win in some of my prophecy. That's part of the background of this series. I predicted he was going to win if he could just resign, relax, and take the long rope. And so even when eventually I realized that I'm not supposed to be working for Trump. I feel like I was working for the wrong person, and I left that work. I decided to now stick with humanity. So I now campaigned against him. I'm saying it. Yes, I campaigned against him. But eventually he won. And when he won, the very first thing that came to my mind was the prophecy I wrote 4 years ago that he was going to win in 4 years' time. So everything became so confused. But my punishment was that I must maintain the energy. I must stick to the side. Now I know better. Even when I was recording all those things, I didn't know. I wasn't this deep spiritually. So now I know better. Now I have seen. I now realize that, okay, I belong to the camp of humanity. My job is simple. Is to love humanity so much to the extent that I communicate to them. Another thing is that I must inspire humanity. I don't know whether you know your own calling, whether you know what you are here to do on earth. If you don't know, contact me. All I need is free information. I will tell you those things. My own are just 3. Communicating, inspiring, being an inspiring voice, and number 3, creating. Look at what I'm doing now. Am I not creating? As I'm talking to you now, am I not communicating? As I'm talking about spirituality, am I not inspiring you? So I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. And that is exactly what I'm trying to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that when you grow to that consciousness of being a righteous man, remember, a righteous man is not someone without sin. Or is not someone that is without sin. No. A righteous man is someone who rises every time he or she falls. Someone who appreciates people who do who do real stuffs. As in, who are imparting lives. I love those kind of people. Like when you are celebrating celebrities, I love someone like Whiskey. I love someone like President Tinubu. I love someone like Jeff Bezos. Those are the kind of wealthy people I celebrate. Those are the kind of wealthy people I want to be like. So there are other people too, like Osh Poppy, that is, that some people, so life is a choice and variety is the spice of life. But one thing is that you must know yourself, never to be deceiving yourself before God that creates you. You that you are a sinner. So maybe you are a chronic sinner. Instead of you to present yourself to God and say, God, I am a sinner. Like that story in the Bible. Oh God, I'm digressing too much. My Bible is giving me head like, get back to the point. Get back to the point. So we want to quickly finish this episode. This episode is just to introduce what prophecy is all about. In case you are hearing this prophecy and you are like, it's okay. It's okay. Whatever your reaction is okay. So whether in success or failure, election wins, election loss, they are the same. Health or sickness, they are the same. With friend or without, they are the same. In solitude or in noisy house, they are the same. And he is independent of Bibles and teachers, for the Spirit of truth instructs him. Makali Masanda Tata Latata Letelebosh. When you get to that kind of consciousness, you see, this is a testimony to you. There was a book I read, While I was reading that book started saying a number of things. 60% of what that book was telling me were things that there was no Bible, there was no teacher, there was nobody. It was just me and my consciousness. and I make those decisions. You know, so, and at the end of the day, I now find them to be the best decisions in life. So that's why I am proud of me. So that's why when you bless me, you don't know who you are blessing. I don't need to come and, you know, familiarity sometimes makes it impossible for people to, you know, separate fact from fictions. But then it is what it is. You know, even Jesus was not celebrated in his own hometown. The Jesus that the entire world is celebrating today, up to now, there are still some people who are still saying that their own Jesus is yet to come. So I don't. So who the fuck am I? Who the fuck am I? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue. This righteous man that we are talking about is independent of Bibles. When I say Bibles, I mean Bible, Quran, Great Message, Buddhism, you know, Illumination. Or, you know, they are void of it. It was until I started reading all these books that I started confirming some decisions that came to me in dreams, in trance, in visions. So what I mean now? So we all must try to get to that level. That's what we are trying to say here. Because you will get to a level where truth will be the only thing that instructs you. He perceives without fear or sorrow the change and decay which are in all things. He has found peace. He has entered the abiding sanctuary. He knows the light that will never go out. Do you know that light that will never go out? Have you gotten to that stage in your mind, in your thinking? Do you know how powerful that you are? All human beings that you see in this world, all of us are powerful. Some people that are supposed to be praying for prophet, they will be going for a prophet to pray for them. You just need to discover yourself. You just need to discover yourself. You just need to find a purpose. Once you discover yourself, you will start discovering your powers. You now realize, you will know what you are here in this world to do. Many people don't know what they are in this world to do. They just come to this world, their parents say, all my life I wanted to be a teacher. Because I could not be a teacher, then my child must be a teacher. That child will say, be a teacher. They will say, who are you? I'm a teacher. Deep down, you that you are supposed to be selling pepper. You that you are supposed to be selling bottled water. You that you are supposed to be creating something. You know, the parents will just, before you know, they will bamboozle you with their own desires, and then, you know, you get confused in life. Everybody must strive to be righteous. Everybody must strive to get to this level where you have a light that never goes out. That light that never goes out is the light that will be encouraging you when you are in sorrow, when you are poor. That light is what will be telling you, smartphone. It's just for a while. Man for say, this thing is temporary, said. And that same light is what will be telling you not over the doorway. You can do the best thing, do the hard things first. Do the hard things first. Do those things you are supposed to do first. Then flex later. That is a light that never goes out. That's a light that never goes out. So I'm sure. No. Let me not skip it. So a righteous man perceives without fear or sorrow the change and decay which are in all things. They see decay. I see all those things. You should be able to see it too. If you are not seeing it now, you need to go to a consciousness where you will start seeing it. Then you will know that this one is a don't do. This one, don't worry, I can still do this one. I can still, you should be able to establish something decay in the system. He has found peace. He has entered the abiding sanctuary. He knows the light that will never go out. And should all humans, in all humility, these are the principles I live my life by. And in addition to personal conviction, let's look at Philippians 3:12. I beg your pardon. Philippians 3:12. I have not yet reached my goal, and I am not perfect. But Christ has taken hold of me. So I keep on running and struggling to take hold of the prize. What people don't understand is that Jesus does not expect you to be perfect. All these things they are teaching in churches, I just look at, many people will go to hell. And the reason why they go to hell is because they think some people will go to hell when they are supposed to be working on themselves. You see, what Jesus Christ brought to this world is so priceless that, you see, when you look at the past, God loved sacrifices. So even God was tired of sacrifices at some point, because he realized that many people will just do, they know what to do, like, shame if I commit that sin, I just have to kill a cow. Kill Uncle cow, you know, before you know, you just commit that sin, kill cow, you know, then God got tired. So that's why all prophets, before and after Jesus, they cannot be like Jesus. But what Jesus brought to the table, that thing is enough for you to be able to say that this is me. I know that I mean, this is me. This is what I do for a living. I know that Jesus will save me. And just continue in that journey. How Jesus will save you, it is not by your own works. That is what I'm trying to establish here. It's not by your works. It's not by what you can do for God. No, there is nothing you can do for God. Who the fuck are you? There is nothing you want to do for God. All you have to do is just believe that Jesus is the Son of God, and believe that Jesus will help you to be a better man. Go and check your life later. That is my own principle. That's what I've been doing. And when I'm in church, even churches call me. In church, they call me pastor. Among my friends, they still call me pastor. Some people call me pastor. Some people call me big. But man of wow, I'm a guru. Let me know. Yeah, I don't want to know. Just to tell me Christian science. No, Christian doctrines. They don't want to come out television. Want to come out JEP. You know, I was, Christian science. In what Jesus say. We are living the life of Jesus Christ on earth. Jesus went about doing good. Our non local actually are showing killing. So we don't, we are different. Yes, we adopt and endorse some churches. I have some pastors that are my rabbis too. Reverend Creflo Dollar. That's my number one rabbi. Because I've been hearing that man since only God knows. Guys, let's continue. So I'm also trying to let you know that I am not there yet. Me that I'm talking, I'm just a messenger. I'm not there yet. Me too, I'm working on myself, But even for those who know me, they believe that I'm different. And I hear it a lot. Anybody that meets me for the first time too, I'm different. I hear that a lot. So, but I am also a work in progress. But I want you to join me. This is the agenda, ladies and gentlemen, for the desired state of all men. A state where all humans are self-aware. A state where, as my wife is the closest person to me. I analyze everything. And I would say, by act of my analysis, eventually, when truth will pop up, my analysis will support more, at least 70 to about 83%. That thing that we all have that is called intuition. Many of us don't use our intuitions. Intuitions are always guiding us, giving us nudges, telling us what to do. But no, they will not follow the intuition. They will be like I was telling my brother yesterday. I said, look, if you want to make mistake in your life, be asking everybody. If you want to deliberately make mistake, be asking everybody. Just keep asking. You see that this one will lead you there, that one will lead you there, this one will lead you. What is your own intuition saying? If your intuition is not strong yet, when you follow someone like me, you will learn to develop your intuition that you will be able to look at people, you will tell their problems. Merely looking at them, you can tell their problems. So, but this is the agenda for all of you. For the desired state for all men, a state where all humans are self-aware, spiritual, and are highly intuitive. Underline that. This has been quite difficult for far majority. Thank you. This has been quite difficult for far majority to reach. Hence, the need for those who have to become shepherds of the rest of the flock. Because some people will not develop themselves, because they don't want to grow, because they don't want to do all this. That is why some of us have decided to become a teacher. God told me in my years like this, resign from church music director, go and be recording podcast. I didn't know what podcast was. That was 4-5 years ago. I didn't know what podcast was. I just googled it. I said, okay, I developed the app. I did. So all of them are there. Go to Spotify, Yomi Daniels, YOMI, Daniel with S and back. You will see all my past podcasts there. All of them were audio. This is the first one that is video. So you will even realize, this is when this man was just starting. Look at it, look at the way he's talking, look at the way he's talking. God taught me everything that I know in life. God taught me everything. God will just say, do this, and I'm doing it. At the end of the day, the thing will probably make sense. So for a long time, it don't make sense, but the thing only started to make sense, and we thank God. So let me quickly finish this episode here, where I anchor it that the reason why you see me doing this is because some of you will not do what you are supposed to do. But when you follow me, what I will encourage you is to do what you are supposed to do. That is what we do here. You will grow. You have to appreciate growth. You need to like growth, not just increment of age. So what are we saying? Success has no secret. Our voice is forever ringing through the marketplace and crying in the wilderness. And the volume of our cry is one word: will. Will. W-I-L-L. Will. For as many who have seen the light, and with the requisite will, I salute all of you. And to others who are not, I am happy to be your seer. I am happy to be your prophet. I am happy to be your spiritual guide. Let's fast forward to last prophecy. Last prophecy. This is for all and sundry. This is for humanity at large. For as many who are yet to see the light, and those who already are toiling the path of light. Ladies and gentlemen, this prophecy is for everybody, because America is the #1 country in the world. And because America is the #1 country in the world, whatever happens at the top, it affects those people like us. So being the first set of humans or citizens, it is imperative for everybody to pay attention. You want to listen to the other side of this last prophecy. But this very much I can assure you, in the next episode, we are going to be